Welcome all for the third lecture of the groundwater hydrology. Today we are going to discuss about the next part, that is the groundwater movement, that is related to the wells completely penetrating inside an confined aquifers. So last time we have seen that wells completely penetrating in a unconfined aquifer. We had seen its derivation. Then we have seen some of the numericals also. Those were asked in the university examination of Punyashlok Ahilyadevi Holkar Solapur University Solapur. And before that we had seen that how the what assumptions are there, and those assumptions are applicable for both the cases. That is for the wells, those are penetrating completely inside an unconfined aquifer, and for the confined aquifer also. Okay, so now today we are going to start for the discussion related to the next bit, that is an confined aquifer. But before proceeding to that, one of the example which was remained to take, that is another type, we can say that we will cover, and then we will switch for the next further part, we can say. Okay, so we'll go for that example. This one we have solved last time, that is May 16 5 marks. We have calculated the values of the discharge Q. Then this one is also solved, that was asked in the old that is backlog students. It was also asked for the 5 marks, and this one is remain to take. Okay, so we'll go for now this example. Okay, so go thoroughly to this, write down the statement firstly, that I will give a part of the animations to it, so that it will be easy to understand the things. Okay, write down the statement firstly. An unconfined aquifer has a thickness of 30 meter, means the thickness is given to us, that is a 30 meter. Then fully penetrating 20 meter diameter well, that means the pumping well diameter is given to us, that is a 20 meter in this aquifer, and it is pumped at a rate of 35 liters per second. And the discharge which is taken from the well, or the pump which is operating there, that pump is taking the water outside the well at a constant rate of 35 liters per second. The drawdown measured in a 2 observation wells, means the 2 observations wells are there, they are digged there nearby the main pumping well, and the drawdowns observed in those 2 wells located at a distance of 10 meter and 100 meters from the well are 7.5 meter and 0.5 meter respectively. It means here the well which is there at a radial distance of 10 meter from the main observation well, the drawdown is a 7.5 meter. It's a higher one because the maximum contribution will be from the closed area to the main pumping well, whereas the well which is located at a distance of 100 meters from the main pumping well, the drawdown is a 0.5 meter, means the influencing area is a less at that place. Then they have asked to calculate, that is determine the average hydraulic conductivity of the aquifer. So hydraulic conductivity, nothing but the K, that is a small k we have assumed, it's a symbol, because in different books they have assumed as a different notations. So we have assumed the notation as a small k for hydraulic conductivity. It is asked to calculate. And again they have asked at a what distance from the well the drawdown is insignificant. Now the drawdown is insignificant means what? From that place there is no influence of the, or the area doesn't get influenced due to the pumping. म्हणजे त्या ठिकाणी जे काही पाणी असणार आहे त्या ॲक्विफर मधलं, that is not going to change its level. त्याचा वॉटर टेबल जो आहे तो अजिबात डिप्रेस होणार नाहीये. ती रेडियल एक्सटेंट काय असेल, म्हणजे अशी रेडियस काढायची आपल्याला की त्याच रेडियस मधलं पाणी फक्त त्या विहिरीमध्ये येणार आहे. It is a maximum extent they have, means the upper limit we have to calculate here. It is a capital R. Okay, so this is a part of understanding, and this last statement, that part was not there in the previous examples. Okay, so in the previous examples we have calculated only the transmissivity, then hydraulic conductivity, then we have calculated the discharge also. by considering the given observation wells or the data of a given observation wells. So this is a somewhat different, not that much different, but only the formula or the equation is going to be changed over here. Okay. First we will go for the sketch, in which we will get the idea, that is which parameters are given and which parameters are asked to calculate. Okay, so here we will consider that this is a main pumping well. Here I have shown its boundary as by a thicker line, and the discharge from the same as a capital Q, that is 35 liters per second. This is a constant discharge. Then I have assumed that the radius of this pumping well as RW and the drawdown in the well as pumping well as a SW, main pumping well. Then two observation wells are there. दोन ऑब्झर्वेशन वेल्स आपल्याला दिलेले आहेत त्यांनी. पहिली ऑब्झर्वेशन वेल मी याला पहिली म्हटले आणि दुसरी म्हटलेलं आहे. In the books they have assumed that this one as a first one and this as a second one. जरी तुम्ही याला पहिली वेल म्हटलं आणि याला दुसरी म्हटलं तरी काही फरक पडत नाहीये. फक्त इथं चेंज काय होतं तर लिमिट चेंज होतं. म्हणजे आपण अजून काय केलेलं आहे, दिस इज अ फर्स्ट वेल, दिस इज अ सेकंड वेल, मीन्स our upper boundary is this one and lower boundary is this one. Clear? म्हणजे आपलं काय होतं, this is well number 1, this is well number 2. बुक्स मध्ये काही काय केलेलं आहे तर त्यांनी this one is considered, म्हणजे जे पेरिफेरल एकदम एक्स्ट्रीम साइडला आहे तिला वेल नंबर 1 म्हटलेलं आहे, ऑब्झर्वेशन वेल नंबर 1, आणि क्लोज जे आहे तिला ऑब्झर्वेशन वेल नंबर 2 म्हटलेलं आहे. म्हणजे त्यांचं लोअर लिमिट जे असणार ते वेल नंबर 2 असणार आणि अप्पर लिमिट हे वेल नंबर 1 असणार. And vice versa conditions. So in all the examples and in the derivation also, I have assumed that the closed well of closed observation well as well number 1 and well which is at a distance from the main observation well as well number 2. Okay. So from the given data now here we can say, so this is a first well, this is a second well. Then they have given us a distance of the first well, that is R1, radial distance of a first well from the main pumping well as a 10 meters. Okay, this has a R1 as a 10 meter, and then R2 they have given us as an 100 meters. Those radial distances are given to us. Then along with that they had given us the drawdowns in those two observation wells. So for first well obviously the area of influence is more, कारण जास्तीत जास्त पाणी हे जवळच्या एरियामधून विहिरीमध्ये येणार आहे. त्याच्यामुळे काय होणार, इथला पोर्शन मधून जास्तीत जास्त पाणी आल्यामुळे काय होणार, इथं ड्रॉडाऊन लगेच होणार. म्हणजे इथल्या पोर्शन मधलं जे काही पाणी असणार आहे जमिनीमधलं मातीमधलं ते लगेच कमी होणार. जिथं आपण पंपिंग करणार त्याच्या साईडचा एरिया लगेच ड्राय होतो. म्हणजेच काय होतं, तिथलं वॉटर जे आहे त्यात वॉटर इज मुव्हिंग इमिडिएटली और इट इज रिस्पॉन्डिंग इमिडिएटली टुवर्ड्स द मेन पंपिंग वेल. म्हणजे इथलं जे पाणी आहे ते काय झालं, लगेच या साईडला गेलं. त्याचं आणखीन एक एक्झाम्पल म्हणजे बऱ्याच वेळा आपण काय करतो की शेतामध्ये वगैरे चाऱ्या खोदतो, ट्रेंचिंग केलं जातं. कधी पावसाळ्यामध्ये जर का जास्त पाऊस पडला आणि विहिरीच्या साईडला जर का पाणी लागलं शेताला तर त्या केसमध्ये त्या शेतामध्ये ट्रेंचिंग म्हणजे चाऱ्या खोदल्या जातात. अक्रॉस द स्लोप किंवा अलॉंग द स्लोप असतात. चारीच्या साईडचा जर का आपण एरिया कन्सिडर केला, म्हणजे ज्या ठिकाणी आपण खोदलेली आहे, ट्रेंच केलेली आहे, त्या ट्रेंचच्या साईडचा एरिया हा लगेच ड्राय होतो, कोरडा होतो. आणि साईडचा एरिया हळूहळू किंवा लांब एक्सटेंट पर्यंत आपण तिथून गेलो तर हळूहळू नंतर आपण असं आढळतो की पुन्हा एरिया वेट आहे. म्हणजे याचा अर्थ काय, जिथं आपण चारी खोदलेली आहे, जिथं पाणी कलेक्ट होतोय त्याच्या साईडचा एरिया हा लगेच ड्राय होतोय. म्हणजे तो एरिया काय होतोय, जास्तीत जास्त इन्फ्लुएन्स होतोय. कशामुळे, त्या चारीमध्ये येणाऱ्या पाण्यामुळे. सिमिलरली इथं केस काय आहे, फक्त वेल आहे, इथं विहीर खोदलेली आहे आपण, त्या विहिरीमधून आपण कॉन्स्टंटली पाणी बाहेर घेतोय. म्हणजे काय होणार, जवळच्या एरियामधलं पाणी हे लगेच त्या विहिरीमध्ये येणार आणि लांबच्या एरियामधलं पाणी हळूहळू येणार. म्हणजेच काय असणार आहे, इथली जी आपली ऑब्झर्वेशन वेल नंबर 1 आहे, जी आपल्या मेन पंपिंग वेलच्या क्लोज आहे, तिच्यामधलं ड्रॉडाऊन हे जास्त असणार. सो हिअर दे आर गिव्हन अस अँड दॅट ड्रॉडाऊन इज 7.5 meter. 7.5 meter as S1, and then drawdown in the well which is located at a distance of 100 meter is given as a 0.5 meter. So this is on 0.5 आणि कुठेतरी जाऊन काय असणार आहे, तो कंपल्सरी 0 होणार आहे. क्लिअर? And along with this, what they have asked to us, they asked to determine the hydraulic conductivity K of the aquifer. म्हणजे या पद्धतीची जर का कंडिशन्स असेल, if the area of influence is like this, then what could be magnitude of a K, that is a hydraulic conductivity we can say. म्हणजे त्या सॉइल मधली वॉटर होल्डिंगची कॅपॅसिटी साधारणतः. हायड्रॉलिक कंडक्टिव्हिटी म्हणजे काय, थोडक्यात आपण असं म्हणू शकतो की वॉटर होल्डिंगची कॅपॅसिटी किती आहे किंवा कशा प्रकारची आहे, दॅट वन इज आस्क्ड टू कॅल्क्युलेट अँड वी आर नोईंग दॅट आय हाऊ टू गेट. अँड त्याच्या पुढचा पार्ट म्हणजे काय विचारलंय, ऍट व्हॉट डिस्टन्स फ्रॉम द वेल द ड्रॉडाऊन इज इनसिग्निफिकंट. तर ड्रॉडाऊन इनसिग्निफिकंट म्हणजे काय की असा जास्तीत जास्त डिस्टन्स किती आहे की त्याच्या पुढे गेल्यानंतर ना अजिबात एरिया इन्फ्लुएन्स होणार नाहीये. आता इथं जर का आपण बघितलं तर मी काय केलंय की साधारणतः हा माझा ड्रॉडाऊन कर्व आहे, हा माझा ड्रॉडाऊन कर्व आहे आणि हा माझा काय कोन ऑफ डिप्रेशन आहे आतमधला. क्लिअर. म्हणजे याचा अर्थ काय की फक्त या पॉइंट पासून म्हणजे इथून ते आतमधला जो एरिया आहे या बाजूचा तो एरिया काय होतोय तर इन्फ्लुएन्स होतोय, याच्या बियॉन्ड इन्फ्लुएन्स होत नाहीये. इट मीन्स दॅट द ड्रॉडाऊन इज इनसिग्निफिकंट बियॉन्ड धिस. म्हणजे या पॉइंटच्या राईट साईडला असेल किंवा या पॉइंटच्या लेफ्ट साईडला असेल, दोन्ही साईडला आपण काय अजून करणार आहे as a capital R, means that capital R indicates the radial extent of the cone of depression, radial extent of a cone of depression or a drawdown curve we can say. म्हणजे याच्या बियॉन्ड काय असणार आहे, फ्रॉम दिस or from this point onwards or from this point onwards to the left hand side or from here to the right hand side, there is a no significant contribution to the वेल. म्हणजे इथून पुढच्या पॉइंट पासून त्या विहिरीमध्ये अजिबात या सॉइल मधलं पाणी येणार नाहीये. दॅट इज द थिंग. मीन्स व्हॉट दे आस्क टू कॅल्क्युलेट द कॅपिटल आर. ओके, नाउ विल go for the given data firstly. So as we have discussed, RW, that is the radius of the well, as they have given us as 20 centimeters a diameter, so I have directly converted. So 20 centimeter diameter means the radius will be 10 centimeters. So 10 by 100 means 0.1 meter is the radius of the pumping well, RW we can say. Then drawdown in the well number 2, that is S2, is given as a 0.5. Then from that we will get the H2 here. कारण त्यांनी आपल्याला काय दिलंय पुढे जाऊन, they had given us as a thickness. thickness म्हणजे काय, कॅपिटल H आहे. That capital H is given to us. किती दिलेलं आपल्याला ते, कॅपिटल H is given as a 30 meter. ओके, सो टोटल 30 मीटर आहे. त्या 30 मीटर्स मधून जर का आपण S2 मायनस केला, you could subtract this magnitude of S2, we will get the H2, means water level in the well number 2, isn't it? So H2 will be equals to capital H, that is a 30 minus the S2. So 30 minus 0.5, it is a 29.5 meters, that is a water level in the well number 2 we can say. And similarly, the magnitude for the S1, that is a drawdown in the well number 1, is given as a 7.5 meters. Okay, so from that well number 1 we can say here the drawdown is given as an 7.5. we'll get the water level in that well. किती असणार आहे water level ती, that will be the H1. how we will get total H, means the thickness of aquifer, minus S1 drawdown, we will get the magnitude for the height of the water in that pumping well number 1, that is equals to, how come I did here as 40, this will be this should be a 30. Just check the answers. Might be answers are correct, but I pasted the wrongly there. 30 minus 7.5, it's a 22.5. so by mistake I made here as an a 40, so we have to consider it as an a 30. Clear? So now we got the water level in the well number 1 as a 30 minus S1, that is a 22.5 meters we can say. Now the next part, that is a from the given data we can say, that is a R1, means the radius of or the radial distance of the well number 1, that is given as a 10 meter, and radial distance of the well number 2 is 100 meter. Okay, H as a 30 meters. Then what asked to calculate, they asked a small k and the drawdown, capital R is given to us, that is a 35 liters per second. So 35 liters per second, we have to convert it to the meter cube per second, because whatever the data which we are having with us now, that is in the unit of the meters. It means that instead of liter, we will be required to convert it to the meter cube. So we are knowing that 1 meter cube is equals to 1000 liters. Means for converting liter to the meter cube, we will be required to divide it by 1000. So 35 by 1000, it gives us a value of 0.035 meter cube per second. Now It is asked to calculate small k hydraulic conductivity and capital R. Okay. Now we have to use the formulae for calculation of the k, which will have or which will be having the data from the given entities. जो दिलेला डाटा आहे आपल्याला त्या डाटा मधल्या व्हॅल्यूजचा वापर करून आपल्याला k ची व्हॅल्यू काढता आली पाहिजे. असं इक्वेशन आपल्याला वापरायचं आहे. कंडिशन कोणती आहे? वेल इज पेनिट्रेटिंग इन अ कन्फाइन्ड एक्विफर. सो वी आर नोइंग द फॉर्म्युला फॉर द Q, that is Q is equals to pi k into h2 square minus h1 square ln of r2 by r1. ओके. आता या इक्वेशन मध्ये आपल्याला मी हा इक्वेशन का वापरलं? बिकॉज इन दिस इक्वेशन Q is there which is given to us, pi that is a 3.14, k which we want to calculate, h2 given, h1 is also given, then r2 and r1 they are also given to us. Okay, so now just put up the values and get the magnitude. So if you put up the values over here, then we will get Q as a 0.35, sorry 0.035. I will put up the values with you so that we will get the idea. So 0.035 is equals to pi into k into h2. H2 is a 29.5, it's a square, minus h1. H1 how much it is? H1 is a 22.5. 22.5. It's a square upon ln of R2. R2 is a 100 divided by R1, that is a 10. I'll just simplify it. You will get the magnitude for the K over here. So that means we will multiply 0.035 by ln of 100 by 10. Okay, into, because this is a denominator, here it will be numerator. So into ln of 100 by 10, that is 0.08 divided by pi will be there, that is 3.14. Again it will be get divided by 29.5 square, 29.5 square minus 22.5 square, that is equals to, I'm getting the answer as a 7.051 into 10 raised to minus 5. Just check it. I got the responses also. I will check on that. Exactly 7.047 is 7.05. Exactly, Gaurav. That's the correct one. Now others please do check the answer. Then regarding the unit, this is in meter cube per second and we are dividing it by square meter. h2 चा स्क्वेअर आहे, h हे मीटर मध्ये आहे, याचा स्क्वेअर केला म्हणजे मीटर स्क्वेअर झालं, ते मायनस मध्ये म्हणजे मीटर स्क्वेअर युनिट आहे असं जाणार. परंतु ln मध्ये हा काय आहे, तिथं आपण डिवाइड करतोय 100 by 10, दोघांचं युनिट मीटर आहे म्हणजे काय होणार, ते कॅन्सल होणार. 7.08 आकांक्षा, दॅट्स द करेक्ट वन. म्हणजे हे मीटरला मीटर कॅन्सल झालं, शिल्लक करायला इथला मीटर स्क्वेअर राहिला, इथं काय आहे मीटर क्यूब पर सेकंड आहे, हे न्यूमरेटर आहे, इकडे गेल्या डिनॉमिनेटर होणार म्हणजे मीटर क्यूब per second upon meter square, म्हणजे शिल्लक काय राहणार मीटर पर सेकंड. So we got the K as a 7.051 or 48, we will write 4748, whatever the answer you got. Okay, so that there will not be any sort of ambiguity in that. So hydraulic conductivity K as a 7.047 into 10 raised to minus 5 meter per second. Now how to get the capital R? For calculation of capital R, which equation will be required to go for? Capital R, that is a, we want to calculate now radius of influence, that is the capital R we want to calculate. It means that we have to use that equation in which capital R will be there, in which capital R will be there. So I will check it. Yes, it's that one. So now how to get the capital R? So along with the given data, along with this given data, we have to have a capital R in the equation. So R, if we want to introduce or we want to have an equation, then there is a chance to have R in this term only, in the ln. So either in the terms of the R2 or R1, it means that we have to change the limit over here. Limit change करायचं म्हणजे काय करायचं आपल्याला? We have to consider the upper limit instead of the R2. Instead of R2, we have to change this limit as to the capital R, isn't it? So you will change that upper limit from capital R, small r to the capital R here. So R2 will be get changed as the R. Then there will be the change for the limit of upper limit of the height also, water table also. So for R2, the corresponding water height was H2. So for capital R, that height will be capital H. It means that in this equation, if you look into the technical matter, then in that case, it will be replaced as a pi k into capital H square minus H1 square upon ln of capital R by R1. Okay. Now, here also another thing we can do over here. That is, we will be able to change the lower limit also. So lower limit, instead of the R1, if we want to keep it as a RW, that is the radius of the well, then also it works. But here, for using the RW, if you use the lower limit as a RW, in that case, the related height of the water will be the water height in the height of the water in the well only. That is HW, and that HW is unknown to us, isn't it? And they had not given us a drawdown also, so we can't go for directly the using the changing the lower limit. If you change the lower limit from R1 to the RW, then H1 will be replaced to the HW. And for finding the H1, you will be required to find out the SW. No doubt that SW also we will get there. आपण ते स्वतः डाउन काढू शकतो, परंतु simplified form मध्ये you will only change the upper limit, that is from R2 to the capital R, then it will be changed from H2, that is small h2, to the capital H. Okay, so now we'll go for that one. So here, if R is the radius of influence, I will go for that one. If R is the radius of influence, that is capital R, from where the drawdown, is a 0, and the इथून पुढे काय आहे, drawdown 0 आहे, then we'll use the equation as a Q is equals to pi k. Now upper limit we have changed, that is from H2 to the capital H, it's a square, minus H1 square divided by ln of R by R1, isn't it? Now here, if you change the limits, please see, please try to understand what I am to say. If you change the limits herein, if you consider the capital H as a well number 2 or observation well number 1 and H1 as a well number 2, then in that case it will be H1 square minus capital H square upon R1 by R will be there. No doubt that answers will be the same one, only change in the parameters will be there. So instead of doing that, we are going to consider only the upper limit as a well number 2 and lower limit as a well number 1. So H square minus H1 square upon ln of R by R1. Now put up the values, Q as a 0.035 into K as a, how much it was, 7.04748 we have considered, into 10 raised to minus 5 is there. This is an raised to. This is 10 raised to minus 5. I will copy that from here in so that it will be easy to understand. So this is into 7 into 10 raised to minus 5. Okay. Into H, capital H is a 30. It's a square. Then small h1. Small h1 is a 22.5. Is a 22.5. It's a square upon ln of R by R1. So R is unknown to us. R1 is known to us. R1 is given to us as an 10 meters. So I will keep here R1 as a 10. So this term as a 10. Now just to simplify it so that we will get the answer over here. So here we will get now firstly 0.035. These terms are in the numerator. Okay, so if you will take those here, they will be in the denominator. Means they are going to divide this. So 0.35 divided by pi is there, that is 3.14. Again 7.047 into 10 raised to minus 5 is there. So it's near about 1.58. 1.5817 into 10 raised to minus 8. You do check the answers, huh? Into 10 raised to minus 5, and that is equals to this whole term is there. Okay, now we have to find out the capital R. So what will be required to do now? We will be required to either take the reciprocal, or we'll simplify once again. That is a 1.5817 into 10 raised to minus 5 divided by 30 square minus 22.5 square. That is a 4.017 into 10 raised to minus. Now, if you simplify these terms, you will get the magnitude as a ln r by 10 is equals to 2.489. Now take the anti-ln, that is a shift ln of 2.489. That is equals to, that gives us a value of, that is equals to 12.04, isn't it? 12.049 is there. But that 12.09 is nothing but the r by 10, isn't it? So this value is about of r by 10. Now we want to calculate the capital R. It means we have to take the 10 towards the right hand side. Means we will be multiplying the magnitude of a 12.09. So capital R will be equals to 12.09 into 10. That is a 120.49 meters. Yes, 120.69. It's also okay. Great. Now back. Others, please do check the answer. So the next heading is the hydraulics of a well under a steady flow condition in a confined aquifer. That is a constant radial discharge we are going to assume, or water is flowing towards the well at a constant discharge at the constant rate Q. That is a steady flow, means the constant, we can say, in a confined aquifers. Okay, so now we'll go for one by one. Assumptions, those are as it is, as we have seen in a previous one. That is a flow is horizontal and uniformly distributed in a vertical section. The velocity of a flow is proportional to the tan of the hydraulic gradient. There is Darcy's law is applicable. Well is pumped at a constant rate. Then well is fully penetrating in the aquifer. जेवढी boundary असणार आहे confined aquifer ची, in that total boundary the well is going to be penetrate. Then aquifer is a homogeneous and it's a horizontal, पूर्णपणे horizontal आहे, खूप लांब dimension पर्यंत, means it's at an infinite dimension, we can say, horizontal length, and the water is immediately supplied to the aquifer whenever there is a depression in the piezometric head. Now here will be the piezometric head. Why piezometric head? Because we are looking for the confined aquifer. So for confined aquifer, there will be the change in the piezometric head, and whenever there will be the change in piezometric head, in that case water will be immediately supplied to the aquifer. Clear? Now we'll start for the our derivation. So we'll assume that this is an aquifer. This is the ground level, we can say. Then the confined aquifer which we are talking about, which used to have, it's both the boundaries as an impervious one. With त्याची upper boundary and lower boundary ही impervious आहे. जे इथं दाखवलेलं आहे बघा. This is a hard strata, we are assuming, and this is also hard strata, and its horizontal extent is infinite. So here the limit is infinity. For what? It's a horizontal extent. Whose horizontal extent? The horizontal extent of a confined aquifer is infinite, and thickness of that confined aquifer is assumed as a B. This is a cross section we have taken over here. So we are assuming that this has a B, that is a capital B, or small b we can take, but here we are assuming as a capital B as a thickness, and the flow is coming towards the well. So those arrows indicates that a constant rate or a constant discharge is coming towards the well, and we are purely considering that the well is having the water from the confined aquifer only, isn't it? So here those are the piezometric levels. So here we are seeing that there is a no cone of depression. It means that whatever the piezometric head will be there, that will be the static one. कारण इथून पुढे काय आहे, there is a no radial extent of the area of influence. From this point onwards to the left hand side, there is no influence of the area, or that area is not going to contribute the water to the well. त्या विहिरीला पाणी इथून पुढच्या जमिनीमधून येणार नाहीये. म्हणजे याचा अर्थ काय झाला, this will be the static one. So we are assuming that capital H as a static piezometric head or static water head we can say. Whereas whatever the water head or whatever the piezometric head will be there in the our main pumping well or the water level, we can say that we are going to assume as a HW, then draw down in the pumping well as a SW, then the observation well number 1, which is located at a radial distance R1 here, radial distance R1 from the main pumping well, its water level is H1 and its associated drawdown is S1. Similarly, for the observation well number 2, which is located at a radial distance of a small r2 here, small r2 is having the water level as a H2 and drawdown as a S2. Clear? And at a reference point at any radial distance small r, at any radial distance small r from the main observation well, the water level in the the piezometric level, we can say that is a small h for r, small h, and associated drawdown as a capital S or S, we can say. Whereas the diameter of the pumping well we are going to assume as a 2 times RW, means the radius of the pumping well is RW, so diameter will be twice of that. It is a 2 times RW, and Q indicates the constant discharge, means when we are going to take out that constant volume of the water from the well, then from the both the sides or from all the area, nearby area, in a circular fashion, we can say in a circular manner, all the area is going to contribute towards that well by a magnitude of a Q. तेवढाच Q एवढा discharge या विहिरीमध्ये येणार आहे असं आपण assume करतोय. And at a radial distance R, capital R, from the main pumping well, the static piezometric head is nothing but the capital H. And here, instead of saying it as a drawdown curve, here we have treated it as a piezometric surface under the pumping. Means when we are going to start the pumping, in that case, त्या केस मध्ये काय होणार आहे, that piezometric surface is going to show the depression. So instead of saying it as a drawdown curve, we are treating it as a piezometric surface. This is a groundwater. This is an assumed water level or assumed piezometric level. This is the initial one. Here this is a dotted. Why dotted? Because from here it is a piezometric head is going to reduce and reduce further. Okay. Now let us consider with related to this sketch. Let the thickness of the aquifer as a B, capital B. So let the thickness of the aquifer as a capital B, then constant discharge to the well as a capital Q, and capital H is the original piezometric head or a static head at a radial distance of a capital R. HW, that is height of water or the piezometric head at a pumping well. SW, that is a drawdown at a pumping well. Then small h is the piezometric head at a radial distance R. Then along with the same sketch, for the derivation of the equation, there is a Q we have to correlate here with respect to the limits of R1, R2, H1, H2, or capital R with B and all those things. We are going to take the help of the Darcy's law. So by Darcy's law, phi is equals to Ki. We are knowing that the Darcy's law is nothing but the velocity of the water or the liquid flowing through the soil particles is directly proportional to the hydraulic gradient. hydraulic gradient is nothing but the I, and where phi is proportional to the I, so if you take the constant of proportionality, then P is equals to Ki, where K is considered as an hydraulic conductivity, which is nothing but the velocity of the flow per unit hydraulic head, we can say. So here I we are going to consider, it is a hydraulic head, we are going to consider as an dH by dr. That is for a reference point, we have considered the piezometric head as a small h at a radial distance of r. So for a small magnitude, we will consider it as an I is equals to dH by dr. So the I will be now is equals to dH by dr. That is from the reference point which we have considered at a small r, the piezometric head is h. No doubt here for the reference we have an R1 and R2 also, but we want to correlate those as an limits. So for a time being, at a certain time interval or at a certain distance from the main pumping well, that is at a small r, it is h. It means that in general it is a ratio of a vertical to the horizontal in general. So in general vertical is h, that may be the capital H, that may be the small h, that may be the h1, or that may be the h2, and horizontal distance is nothing but the small r or capital R or RW or R1 or R2. So in general we are going to consider it as a dr, small one, and vertical we are going to consider in general as a small h, that is a dh. So I is equals to dH by dr. Then putting the value of the in the equation, V is equals to Ki, so it implies V is equals to K into dH by dr. Therefore V is equals to K into I as a dH by dr. Now we have to correlate all those things to the Q, that is a discharge. So Q is nothing but the area into velocity. Here the area will be nothing but the area of influence. Which area of influence? For this confined aquifer, we can say. From this confined aquifer which is having such type of the conical shape. This is nothing but the cylindrical shape, we can see here. Conical or cylindrical shape, sorry, cylindrical shape. So from that area the water is going to move towards the our main pumping well. So we will try to that now. Now considering the piezometric head h, that is a small h, at a radial distance of a small r, piezometric head h at a radial distance r, therefore so the flow through this section, and ये कौन सा section? From this section now, this will be whole around the well. This is an cross section we have taken over. It means that this is nothing but in a circular fashion. Top view will be a circular one, but its actual shape is nothing but the cylindrical. So at a radial distance r, the piezometric head is a small h, and from this particular region, so there this will be the r here, and again the same r will be somewhere else here. We'll assume that somewhere else here means up to this one. So from this portion, so in top view it is nothing but the circle we will get, and whereas in a cross section view we are finding it as nothing but the radial influence, we can say. So that will be through this section in the form of a cylindrical shape. हा cylindrical मी काय म्हणतोय, कारण दोन्ही बाजूने काय झाला हा, so round the same, it is in the form of the cylinder. Okay, so we are assuming it as in the form of a cylindrical shape. So the area will be now nothing but the pi dh. Area will be pi dh, or d, instead of d if you want to go for r, then it will be 2 pi rh. But here that instead of h, this will be the b, कारण कोणता असणारा एरिया आपला हा, फक्त हा एरिया असणार आहे कोणाचा, confined aquifer चा. Because now we are considering here the discharge is from only the confined aquifer. Though we are finding that those are the conditions over here, we have to treat them, those are at somewhere here else. Okay, इथं आपल्याला zoom करायचे. So that area will be 2 pi r into the b. That b limit may be up to this one, maybe up to this one, we don't know, but we are assumed here the b is having the limit from this point to this point. So area is a 2 pi rb. Now put up in the equation of the q. So discharge q is equals to area into velocity. So that implies q is equals to area as a, sorry, q as a into v as a k into dh by dr. I have tried to simplify it. So instead of using both the values, I have taken step by step. So q is equals to area a into v as a q in k into dh by dr. It implies to q is equals to area as a 2 pi rb, 2 pi rb as it is, into the velocity as a k into dh by dr. Have you got up to this? What we did now, we have considered this area of influence, which is in a cylindrical shape. As it is in a cylindrical shape, so the area of influence, sorry, area of the same will be 2 pi RH, that is a 2 pi, instead of H, here will be the B, height, instead of the height, here we have assumed it as a B, thickness as a B, so 2 pi RB. Then we have used this value in the equation of the discharge, that is Q is equals to AV. So we got the equation as Q is equals to 2 pi RB into K into dH by dr. Now, from here onwards, if the B is a constant, Q is a constant, Q is already constant, then B we have assumed it as an aquifer, thickness of the aquifer. So it will be the constant one over here for this aquifer. Then R, small r, that is the radial influence, radius of influence, that will be the constant one. Means the variable will be dH and dr. It means that whenever that r is going to change, means if the radius of influence r is going to change, in that case the h is going to change. For this small r, this is h. For r1, h is h1. For r2, h is h2. And for capital R, h is a capital H. Isn't it? It means that we have to now correlate this equation, that is we have to correlate the discharge Q with those variables. Which variables now? The R, that is the radial extent or radius of influence, and the associated piezometric head. Means whenever the radius of influence is going to change, then piezometric head is also going to change. Okay, so now we will rearrange the terms. So we'll take the terms related to the R towards the one side and related to the H towards the one side. So I have taken that H dH towards the right hand side over here, and all other terms towards the left hand side. Why we did so? Because now hereafter, as two variables are there, it means for getting the whole area, influence of a whole area, it will be required to integrate for the two variables. Means we'll be required to put the two types of limits over here. So for putting the two types of the limits, I have taken one portion towards the right hand side of the equation and another portion towards the left hand side of the equation. So left hand side of the equation I have considered as a dH as it is. So dr, it was in a denominator, it will be in a numerator here. So dr will be in a numerator. Here r was in a numerator or multiplying, it will be dividing here. So q into dr by r. Then 2 pi k and b. 2 pi k and b. All were in a numerator or multiplying over here. So by taking them to the left hand side, they are going to divide the same. So q into dr by r into 1 by 2 pi kb, or q dr upon r 2 pi kb will be there. That is equals to dh. Now we have to integrate this equation. How we have to integrate? Because we have to consider the whole area of influence, and for that the limits will be for the r and h. So now we'll see that how the limits will be there and how the equation is going to be there. This is the equation which we got now. Now integrating above equation with the limits of r, that is small r, from the observation wells itself, the observations wells which we have considered over here. From those wells we are considering the limits, that is r, lower limit as r1, lower limit as r1 for r, and upper limit for r as a r2, small r2, and corresponding piezometric head. Corresponding piezometric head at r1 it is h1, and at r2 it is a h2. Means the limits for r will be r1 to r2, and limits for h will be h1 to h2. So now integrating the same, integrate the above equation. So it will be now integral to dr upon r into 2 pi kb with the limits of r1 to the r2 is equals to integral dh with the limits from h1 to the h2. Just I did a small change over here. What change I did? I have taken the term of a ds towards the left hand side, and this term related to the q I have taken towards the right hand side. तुम्ही आहे तसं केलं तरी चालेल, काही problem नाहीये. Now simplify it. Now we are knowing that integral of a dh will be the small h from the limits from h1 to h2, and we will take the constant terms from this outside the integral, that is a q upon 2 pi kb is a constant. Okay, so we'll take that and we'll integrate the dh now. So it is equals to integral of dh as a small h, limits will be h1 to the h2, and constant terms from the right hand side is a q upon 2 pi kb into integral r1 to the r2 for dr by r. Now integral of a dr by r, we are knowing it as a log r. Instead of taking the log, we are going to consider as ln, because if you consider the log, then it will be required to multiply by 2.303. So to avoid that, we are going to consider as a ln. So the next step it will be now, if you will go for the limits over here, then will be h2 minus h1 is equals to h2 minus h1, that is upper limit as h2 minus lower limit as h1 is equals to q upon 2 pi kb into ln of r, limits from r1 to the r2. Now it implies ln of put the limit for the r, that will be ln r2 minus r1, or sorry, ln r2 minus ln r1, that is h2 minus h1 is equals to q by 2 pi kb into ln of r2 minus ln of r1. Now we are knowing that, what we are knowing, log a minus log b is equals to log a upon b. So a is nothing but the r2 and b is nothing but the r1. It means that ln r2 minus r1, ln r2 minus ln r1 will be ln of r2 by r1. So we'll simplify it now. So it implies h2 minus h1 is equals to 2 upon 2 pi kb into ln of r2 by r1. I have replaced this ln r2 minus ln r1 as a ln r2 by r1, that is by a property of the log. Okay, now from this equation we have to form the equation for the q. Okay, now from this equation we have to form the equation for a q. So take the q towards the one side and other terms to the other side. So what will be the equation now? Q will be equals to h2 minus h1 into 2 pi kb will be there, because 2 pi kb here it is in the denominator, here it will be numerator. So 2 pi kb into h2 minus h1 upon ln r2 by r1 is equals to q. That is q is equals to 2 pi kb h2 minus h1 upon ln r2 by r1. Clear? Now k into b, that is a hydraulic conductivity k into the average thickness t, that is nothing but the transmissivity or transmissibility we can say. So we'll replace that kb by a transmissivity t. Have you completed up to this one? Now we have to, what we have to do, we have to replace k into b by a transmissivity, and a drawdown we have to introduce over there. So now as transmissivity or transmissibility t is equals to kb, so equation implies q is equals to 2 pi, instead of kb there will be t into h2 minus h1 divided by ln of r2 by r1 will be there. Clear? Now this is in terms of a h1 h2 and r2 r1. Now if the upper limit is a capital R, if the upper limit for the radius is a capital R, in that case here will be r2, instead of r2 there will be capital R upon r1, and here instead of h2 there will be capital H. If you consider lower limit as h2, then lower limit as a for r as r2, then here will be r2 and here will be over h2. That those changes will be there. So now if drawdowns are known, if we are knowing the drawdowns, that is S1 and S2 are known to us, then in that case we will be able to replace the H1 and H2. Means if S1 and S2 is known to us, then we will be able to replace that S1 in terms of H1 and S2 in terms of H2. How? Total piezometric head is a capital H. So capital H minus S1 is equals to H1. Means H1 will be equals to capital H minus S1, and S2 will be equals to capital H minus small h2. Just to replace them, then H1 small h1 will be equals to capital H minus S1, and small h2 is equals to capital H minus S2. Just put up those values for H1 and H2 here. R is not going to change. Upon R to ठेवलेला आहे. So what we'll get? Q is equals to 2 pi t, instead of H2 now H minus S2 minus instead of H1, H minus S1. So now what will happen over here? This capital H, this is a plus and here will be the minus. So plus H minus H will get cancelled. What else remain? 2 pi t minus S2 minus of minus S1 means plus S1 will be there. It means that 2 pi t into bracket minus S2 plus S1. So we consider that 2 pi t into bracket S1 minus S2. That is 2 pi t S1 minus S2 upon ln of R2 by R1. How we got this equation? Here we have replaced the H2 and H1 by the corresponding drawdowns in terms of corresponding drawdowns. So this is H minus S2, this is minus H minus S1, means this will be minus H plus S1. So plus minus H plus H gets cancels. So remaining term will be minus S2 plus S1. So I have considered plus term first and minus term second. Okay, so S1 is a plus minus S2 upon R2 by R1 is there. Okay, now if we'll rearrange again, or at the edge of influence. At the edge of influence means where this at this point. At this point, what is that? Upper limit is going to change. What is that upper limit? For radius it is capital R and associated piezometric head it is a capital H. म्हणजेच H2 ऐवजी काय असणार आहे? कॅपिटल H असणार आहे आणि R2 ऐवजी काय असणार आहे? कॅपिटल R असणार आहे. At the edge of a zone of influence S2 will be 0, ड्रॉडाउन 0 असणार कारण पिझोमेट इथून काय होतं एरिया हा अजिबात इन्फ्लुएन्स होत नाहीये. आहे तेवढी वॉटर टेबल किंवा सॉरी आहे तेवढा पिझोमेट्रिक हेड जो आहे तो पिझोमेट्रिक हेड हा आहे तेवढा कॉन्स्टंट होतो, स्टॅटिक आहे. मीन्स at this location the drawdown will be 0, that is S2 will be 0. Then R2 will be capital R, that is a upper boundary or upper limit we can say, that radius will be capital R. Then R1, if we consider the main observation well as a lower limit, main observation well as a lower limit, then R1 will be RW, that is the radius of a well. Here twice RW is shown, means this will be RW, radius will be RW, and associated drawdown will be SW and associated piezometric head will be HW. So H2, that is capital H we had considered, R2 will be capital R, R1 is RW, H2 that is a height for the upper limit is a capital H. Then H1 that is a piezometric head, that is a lower limit will be HW, and S1 that is a drawdown will be SW. Clear? म्हणजे काय केलं आपण? We have considered the main observation well as a lower limit and directly the edge of influence that is a upper limit. So lower limit main well, upper limit is the edge of influence. So at the edge of influence, upper limit will be, that is R2 will be capital R and H will be capital H, and lower limit will be R1 is equals to small r and height H1 will be HW. Now put up the values over here. We'll get now 2 pi t. 2 pi t into S1 is nothing but SW, as it is we have considered lower limit. S2 is a 0, so that will not be there. Then ln instead of R2 there will be capital R, and instead of R1 there will be RW. So equation will be Q is equals to 2 pi t SW upon ln R by RW, where T is nothing but the transmissivity or transmissibility we can say. SW is the drawdown in the main pumping well. Capital R is the radius of influence, and the RW is the radius of a well, where Q is the constant discharge. We will start for numerical. This is the first one, which was asked in December 14 for 7 marks. A well with a radius of 0.25 meter, this radius is given, completely penetrates into a confined aquifer of a thickness 20 meters and hydraulic conductivity as 8.2 into 10 to minus 4 meter per second. This is 10 to minus 4 meter per second. What is the maximum yield expected from this well if the drawdown in the well is not to exceed 3 meters? The radius of influence may be taken as a 260 meters. Okay, note down the formula. Problem. एक्झाम्पल पटकन लिहून घ्या, झालं की मला लगेच सांगा. So over here they had given us an well radius of the well, that is RW is given 0.25 meter. Then the condition is that it penetrates completely into confined aquifer. So whenever the numerical will be there, in that case firstly we have to find out that which condition is there, is this is confined aquifer or this is unconfined aquifer. So here we have started for a confined aquifer now. Okay, it means the governing equations will be there for the confined aquifer only, whose thickness is a 20 meter, means B is given to us, capital B or small b, whatever it may be, it's a 20 meter, and hydraulic conductivity K as a 8.2 into 10 to minus 4. Then what asked, what is the maximum yield expected from this well, means Q is asked if the drawdown in the well is not to exceed 3 meter. It means that the constant discharge Q will be there when the water level in the well should not to go below the 3 meter. म्हणजे 3 मीटर पेक्षा जास्त पाण्याची लेवल विहिरीमध्ये खाली गेली नाही पाहिजे. म्हणजे they had considered, given us a condition of a drawdown in the main observation well. It means the lower limit will be main observation well only. Take the radius of influence, or the radius of influence may be taken as a 260 meter. Means the upper boundary or upper limit is given as, for capital R it as a 260 meters. What the point? So 260 meter is the radius of influence, capital R they had given us. Then drawdown is given to us, that is 3 meters in a main pumping well. Then thickness of aquifer is given to us as a 20 meters. Okay, so now we start for the part of a solution. This is well I have considered over here. Observation wells, they have not given the data, but then also we'll consider that two observation wells are therein. So RW 0.25 meter, radius of influence 260 meter, B as a 20 meter, then K as 8.2 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter per second, and drawdown in the main pumping well SW as a 3 meters. Okay, and asked to calculate capital Q. Now which equation? We will go for this one, that is Q is equals to 2 pi T SW upon ln R by RW, where T is nothing but the transmissivity. Transmissivity T is nothing but K into B. So T is again known to us, SW is known to us, capital R is known to us, and RW is also known to us. Just to put up the values now. So T is equals to KB 8.2 into 10 raised to minus 4 into 20, that is 0.164 unit. You to check the unit. That unit will be meter per second, I think so, because we are multiplying it. Just a minute, where it is. We are here only. So unit will be now K is in a meter per second and B is in meter, so meter square per second, isn't it? Is to check. Then now put up the values. So Q is equals to 2 pi T SW ln R by RW implies 2 into pi into T as a 0.0164 into SW drawdown in the well is a 3 upon ln of capital R is a 260 upon RW as a 0.25. Just to check the answers. 8.2 into 20, 64 into 10 raised to minus 4, yeah, into 2 into 3.14 into 3 upon ln of 260 upon 0.25. So what is the answer? This is 0.044 meter cube per second. Or 5 meter cube per second. Just check it. So by putting the values over here, we will get the magnitude for the discharge. It is a constant discharge. Maximum yield without exceeding the drawdown is a 3 meters. From the radius of influence of a 260 meter is a 0.04447, something like that. We have rounded it. It is 0.0445 meter cube per seconds. Now we'll go for the next example. It was asked twice. The same example was asked twice for 6 marks. That is December 16 and December 18 for 6 marks. The data is like this. A 30 centimeter diameter whale completely penetrates a confined aquifer. Aquifer is confined aquifer. Diameter is 30 centimeters. Of a permeability 45 meters per day. Means K is given to us as a 45 meter per day. The length of a strainer is a 20 meter. The length of the strainer is a 20 meter. Under the steady state pumping, the drawdown at the well was found to be 3 meter and radius of influence was a 300 meters. Calculate the discharge. So here the example is the same as like in a previous example. Only thing is that they have changed the wording and nothing else than that. They have kept the drawdown is also the same one, that is a 3 meters. Okay. Then radius of influence instead of 360, now here is a 300 meter. And permeability they had given in the different units. In the previous one, it was directly in a meter per second. Here it is in a meter per day. And the diameter of the whale is given as a 30 centimeters. Okay. So now with respect to that, they had asked to calculate the discharge Q. Okay. So once again, we will consider the given data as RW, there is a radius of a whale, diameter is of 30 centimeters, so radius will be 15 centimeters, that is half of that. That is a 0.15 meter. Then radius of influence, capital R, as a 300 meters. Okay. Then drawdown in the whale, SW, is a 3 meters. And regarding the strainer, that length of a strainer is nothing but the B, capital B, that is a thickness we can say of aquifer. So this is a 20 meters. So the only the point which is confusing over here, that is a strainer. So here we have to assume or we have to treat it as a width of aquifer. So this B is given as a 20 meters, SW is given as a 3 meters, capital R as a 300 meter, RW as a 0.15 centimeters, sorry, 0.15 meters, and they have asked to calculate capital Q. Then the K is given in the units of the meter per day. So we have to convert it to the meter per second. So per day means 24 hours. Now 24 hours to the seconds. It means 24 into 3600. So meters to the second, minute to the second by 60. Okay, so 24 into 3600, it is a 5.208 into 10 to minus 4 meter per second. Okay, have you understood that how the conversion is done over here? It is 45 meters per day to the meter per second. Now as usual, you have to use the formula. Next equation will be equation of a T. That is the, as like a previous example, 2 pi T into SW ln R by RW. T will be the transmissivity, that is the product of hydraulic conductivity and the width B, or the thickness we can say over here. There is a 5.208 into 10 to minus 4 into 20. That is a 10.42 into 10 to minus 3. Just to do check the answers, huh? Don't copy as it is. Tell me the final answer now, because all things are as like in a previous example.
बारा पण आहे बरोबर 90 आणि 12 दोन्ही मॅडम दिली होती आपल्याला तर तू काल डेटा कसा पाठवलाय
जस्ट आमच्या मुलांना .025. Just a minute, I will check it.
कोण आमचा मॅडम तुला फोन कॉल करा
Okay, so just simplify it. 0.0258. The statement is, in an artesian aquifer of 8 meter thick, a 10 centimeter diameter well is pumped at a constant rate of 100 liters per minute. The steady state drawdown observed in two wells located at a 10 meter and 50 meter distance from the center of the well are 3 meter and 0.05 meters respectively. Compute the transmissivity, that is a T, and the hydraulic conductivity of the aquifer. Okay, so this is an different than the previous examples. So what they had given us? They had given us an aquifer of a thickness 8 meter. Aquifer thickness is given as an 8 meters. Then diameter of the well is given as a 10 centimeters. Then constant rate of a pumping is 100 liters per minute. That will be required to convert to the meter cube per second. Then the steady state drawdown observed in the two observation wells, means here they had given us as an two observation wells. Those are located at a 10 meter and a 50 meter, means R1 is a 10 meter, R2 is a 50 meter. That drawdowns are 3 meter and 0.05 meter respectively. And they asked to calculate the T, capital T, and the K. Okay, so we'll go for this one now. Consider this is a main pumping well, and those are two observation wells. Go for a simple sketch over there. From this now we will try to summarize firstly the given data, and from that given data we'll go for the things related to the our parameter which is asked to calculate. Okay, so H1 is the piezometric head in the observation well number 1, and related drawdown S1, which is a 3 meter. The drawdown is a 3 meter for the H1, where R1, that is radial distance, is a 10 meters. So R1 is a 10 meter, and associated H1, sorry, associated S1 in that is a 3 meters. Then R2 is a 50 meter, that is the radial distance of a second well is a 50 meters, and a drawdown in that well is a 0.05 meters. Okay, so now from those things we have to calculate the things related to the various parameters. Okay. Now we'll go for the given data. B, that is a thickness is given as 8 meters. Okay, then radius of the well RW as a 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters, then that is equals to 0.5 meter. Q as a 100 liters per minute. So convert that to the meter cube per second. So 100 divided by 1000 will be there. That is from liters to the meter cube firstly. 100 by 1000 divided by meters to the seconds. That is a 0.1 by 60 now. That is will be 1.667 into 10 raised to minus 3, or it will be 0.0167. Just check it. Okay, then after that radius R2 that is the radial distance of the well number
बघा तरी
2 is given as an 50 meters, and for the well number 1 R1 is 10 meters. Then S1, that is a drawdown in the well number 1, that is a 3 meter, and the S2 it is of 0.05 meters to calculate T and K. Now which formula will be utilized over here to get the T and K? T is nothing, T is equals to K into B, isn't it? So we'll go for a T directly. So what they had given, upper limit is given, lower limit is given in terms of R, and in terms of the S1 S2 is given. So H1 H2 we will get easily. So we'll go for that first equation, that is Q is equals to 2 pi T S1 minus S2 upon ln R2 by R1. Directly we'll go for. So put out the value of S1 S2 and R2 R1. So Q is given as 0.0167 is equals to 2 pi T into 3 minus 0.05 upon ln of 50 by 10. 50 is R2 and 10 is a R1. Now simplify it. It is a 0.0167 into ln of 50 by 10 upon 2 by 2 upon 3.14 upon 3 minus 0.05. It's about 0.0167. Exactly. You to check the magnitude for that. You to check the magnitude for that. Madhuri, you to check the magnitude for that. We'll go for likewise only. Don't worry about it. So here Q is a 0.0167. Okay. Now to solve it and tell me the answer. I got the answer as 1.4472 into 10 raised to minus 4. You to check this is correct one or not. Please to check the answers. Is the T is correct one? 1.44, 1.45, something like that. Okay, that's the correct one. Now find out the B. Sorry, what there's K. So T is equals to K into B. As we know, T is equals to KB. So K will be T upon B. So divide the T by B. B is given as a 8 meters by 8. That is a 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5. Please do check it. So radius of the well as 0.05 meters. Okay. Then with respect to that, we have taken this one here as a correct one. Where R1, R2, RW that doesn't matter over here. Upon RW value could get this thing. So let it be. Do check it. Answer is this is correct one. 1.8 something into 10 raised to minus 5. Okay, that's the correct one. So we have to go for the unit. Unit क्या असणार आहे? Meters per second. The unit of the same will be meter per second. सर्वांच्या लक्षात आलं का बघा रे? This all of you got the thing. Okay, now go for the next example. A well with a radius of 0.35 meter completely penetrates into a confined aquifer of thickness 40 meter and hydraulic conductivity of 8.2 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter per second. What is the maximum yield expected from the well if the drawdown in the well should not exceed, will make instead of a 3 as a 4 meters. The radius of the influence may be taken as, instead of 60, now we'll go for 280 meters. Okay, now with this data, please do solve the example. So I will make the corresponding changes over in the data. So B we have considered over as a 40 meters. Radius of the well we have considered it as a 0.35 meters. Hydraulic conductivity we kept as it is, and drawdown instead of a 3 meter we have considered it as now 4 meters, and radius of influence as a 280 meters. Okay, now with respect to this, please do solve the example. The data I have quoted the equation also. Which equation we have to go for? So Q is equals to 2 pi T SW upon ln of R by RW. Okay, that equation we have to go for. Just put out the values and get the magnitude for the Q, that is a discharge Q. Okay, so by putting the values over here, that is a 2 pi into K as 8.2 into 10 raised to minus 4 into B as a 40 into drawdown as a 4 upon ln of R by RW. Capital R, radius of influence as a 280 upon 0.35. So what is the answers? Please do fast. So the I got, okay, 0.1233. Okay, that is 123.32 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube per second. Please do check it. Is it a 0.1233? Is this is correct one? 0.1233.
Yes, sir.
So correct answer for the Q is a 0.1233 meter cube per seconds. Okay. So now today we will stop over here, and in the next lecture we'll start for the open wells. This is the part which is remained from our unit number 3. That open wells will start in the next lecture. Okay. Thank you. Amar, please do send me that data. Okay. Thank you.